We are at Thomas More College, the eagerly awaited Indoor Africa Cup 2021 here in Durban. 6 teams taking on the best of the best as they vie for places at the Indoor Hockey World Cup taking place in Belgium. Welcome to this broadcast as we begin the action of 3 days, which promises to be non-stop hockey at its best. Indoors, of course. I'm Derek Albertson. With me, as always, my co-host, Tyron Jabu Barnard. Tyron, exciting stuff as we see South Africa taking Botswana in the opening game in the ladies' competition.
Yeah, Derek, 3 days of action, one spot up for grabs, and it's time for the national anthems.
So the anthems are done and dusted for this, the opening match of the weekend, the opening match of the tournament, the Indoor Africa Cup 2021. The hosts, South Africa, taking on Botswana here in Durban. This carries on until Sunday. It promises to be an action-packed event. And unfortunately, no crowds in the stands due to COVID protocols, but Ty, exciting nonetheless.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry about that. I got all excited and choked up by the occasion. No crowds here, but obviously a team of people that are excited to be here. And of course, we are pleasantly excited, happy to be able to bring you the stream Of course, here are our squads that we are looking at. Botswana will be led by Lisa Eberhardt with Victoria Khomotso, a key player. South Africa looking to the likes of Cindy Hack, Jess O'Connor to lead the way.
Yeah, plenty of experience on off in the South African camp as well as the Botswana side. Watch out for Lisa Eberhardt leading from the front for Botswana. And we are about to get things underway. Botswana getting the match underway, and a fairly loose start as South Africa will be happy with that beginning as nice composed generosity from Botswana, handing it back to SA O'Connor.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Derek, obviously, most of the Botswanans are playing their debut share. They only have played 4 test matches before. When we were last with the teams in April last year, for the South Africans, it's Danny De Oliveira, it's Chanel Robenheimer, and it is Charlie Swanepoel who will be making their debuts today. None of those on the field just yet. No, sorry, Charlize in goals is getting her first cap. So a special moment for all those earning their first caps. And the opening salvo, just feeling each other out. Robin Johnson, of course, getting in the way there. South Africa just controlling pace early doors here.
Serrane feeding it back to Jess O'Connor, one of the superstars 2 years ago, as it feeds to Robin Johnson. The captain can't find it as Botswana get the ball back, but there's Jess O'Connor back to clean things up at the back.
Yeah, it's a new court here, Thomas Moore. The facility was opened last night, and it is a little bit sticky. So a little bit of the ball staying behind, but the players will get used to it as the game starts to progress and we play more and more. They will get used to it.
So some interplay once again at the back between Jess O'Connor and Serrane. Jess O'Connor, stalwart of the side, long pass to try and find her skipper. Can't quite do it, but it gets inside, and Johnson can't make the most of that. But South Africa with the feed though tight. Looks as if a little bit of a break, and then we'll hand back to the South Africans.
Yeah, it is a penalty corner. So for those unaware, the clock does stop. There is a 20-second timer running that they will run at the table. And so that's where hockey is a little bit different from soccer or something like that. This is the early opportunity. Cindy Hack with the injection, Robin Johnson at the top, and Jess O'Connor looking to score the first goal of this year's African Cup.
Feed comes through. O'Connor flicks it through, and no mistake. South Africa take the lead through one of their superstars, Jess O'Connor, a local lady, and scoring yet another goal. She's certainly used to that, but yeah, the opening goal of the tournament belonging to Jess O'Connor. Botswana looking to hit back, and they'll need to do so quickly. Oh, almost a mistake there for Botswana. Continue to play, but South Africa try and get the ball back, but it's back to Botswana.
You'll see a lot of South Africa pressing on the ball. Celia Serrani here, those who think that's a new name in the team. It is Celia Evans, who recently got married. Will be one of the key players leading that press. She's on 40-odd caps for the country. Cindy Hack, Jess O'Connor 100. Here is a chance for Botswana. Skipper Lisa Eberhardt with the ball, holding it a little bit too long, not utilizing the free ball out in order to take the advantage there, and quickly giving it away. Kelly Reid holds it back. Celia Serrani getting it back. Jess O'Connor, and South Africa just controlling the possession again, as the more experienced players would do.
Yeah, unfortunately, the skipper for Botswana unable to find her number 8. Botte Penga is waiting in the center. South Africa making the most of it. For now, Jess O'Connor through to Hack. Hack gets it out to Serrane. Serrane tries to send it through. She does, and it's oh wow, what defense from Botswana! It looked like another great save. It looked like a certain goal for South Africa, but Botswana put up their defenses brilliantly. But another attack from South Africa. Serrane gets it to the center, and it finally gets to the back of the net. And probably the easiest of the lot, Ty. Botswana did all the hard work, but in the end let through probably the simplest chance of the 3.
I mean, Thabiso Jacob in goal there, showing some great flying skills, diving across, stopping that from scoring. But unfortunately was just not able to be in position to stop the second. And it is Kelly Reid with her first goal. Another player with more than 50 caps for South Africa. She, of course, has more than 50 both indoor and outdoor, which separates her from a few of her peers.
Jess O'Connor Always some class tactics at the back. The opening goal scorer. Will she add to the tally? Cindy Hack with an opportunity now. Play of the tournament, back flick, reverse, and she gets in. No mistake from the skipper.
Yeah, so Tepisa Jacob there will just be a little bit upset. She closed in exactly what Cindy would have wanted. Closed in, Cindy just waited for the ball, took the step and had all the space in the world to finish. And that's again where the experience will start to grow. Very good shot stopper. Could just do a little bit more there with her positioning. It is 3-0 to South Africa in the opening salvos here.
Yes, South Africa look to bounce back from heartbreak in this tournament a couple of years back, which saw them fail to make it through to the Indoor World Cup when they went down to Namibia in the final. They'll look to stake a claim this time around, and as they do so, they score their 4th goal. This has been an exceptional start time.
Here comes the rotation. Danny De Oliveira, Chanel Robenheimer earning their first caps for South Africa. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to their families. It's a special moment. What Botswana need to do here is just probably just slow the game down a little bit, hold the ball a little bit. Almost a goal for Tegan Fourie. You see it's running straight at the player. Let's just hold it down, slow it down a little bit, and allow their team to reform. The intensity with which South Africa have started this is incredible to watch, and obviously trying to lay down a marker for the tournament.
Terrific interplay amongst the South Africans. Great start there from Mutlanka, brought in a couple of minutes ago, and do we have no great save as they continue to try and fight on. Oh, and another save. So South Africa trying hard to get their 5th goal. Botswana putting up their defenses and doing a good job of it so far. Tegan Fourie, good to see her back in action. But yeah, a couple of new faces brought into the mix. Jamie Southgate also vied for Player of the Tournament 2 years ago at the event just down the road here in Durban, which also featured Botswana and Zimbabwe. This time around, another penalty corner for South Africa. Ball into the center, and in goes the shot, and well saved once again from Botswana's keeper, Victoria Komotso. Make that Tsepiso Jacob, apologies.
This is Chanel Robenheimer on her first cap. For South Africa, she will be injecting the ball in here. Here we go. Stopped by Jamie. Danny De Oliveira. Oh, that looked like it was a strike to the arm. A little bit of an injury.
Dusts herself off. That is Irene Jeremiah.
Yeah, Derek, I mean, just for those who aren't akin, and I mean, most people watching would be very strongly akin to the game. That ball is flying at you at some decent pace. It's not going to be a soft little tap on the shoulder. She just shakes it off, something that maybe a few footballers could learn from.
Tell you what, that ball came close to ricocheting into our faces. We do have the best seat in the house, also one of the most dangerous ones, but luckily, ball doesn't rise too much yet, huh?
Yeah, there's also not very many seats occupied right now, so by virtue of elimination. Now, you see what Botswana have done here, just slowed it down a little bit. That's better. Just put herself into trouble there, Lisa. I think a little bit too often she's looking to try and force it. She could look for the back pass, just build up again instead of trying to force it. You're not going to force it against the players of the class of the South Africans. So just slow it down. Slow it down. What they're doing now, just holding back on the press, but you need to, if you're going to play this tactic of moving back, you need to keep the spaces between the players a lot smaller. Force your opposition wide, don't let them come straight through the middle, and essentially force them to score a good goal rather than letting them get a tap in.
South Africa with possession now, and nicely intercepted by Fourie. She gets back to De Oliveira.
Here's Edith Madikwe.
Back to De Oliveira. Southgate now controlling matters from the back. She'll hand it off. Southgate continues. De Oliveira, nice play from them. De Oliveira taking over the play from...
So there, Derek, that's exactly what I was talking about. You see what South Africa did? Chanel Robenheimer, that is her first international goal. What a moment for her. What a moment for her family. Great moment for South Africa. It is 5-0 to the South Africans, looking to become the country to represent Africa at the World Cup. What I was saying there was just in the build-up to that, what South Africa did, there wasn't an option. They went back, slowed it down, and then attacked again, because you allow your opposition to be sucked out a bit, you create a bit of space. Botswana could do that, just slow it down a little bit, and then obviously look to turn defense into attack at the opportune time. Here's Jamie Southgate.
Southgate going around and outside, and she gets through, she senses it, but it was missed just. A nice attempt though from Moleque, but unfortunately couldn't finish it off. De Oliveira looking around, keeps possession. So send it back to Fourie. Excellent play from Robbenheimer. De Oliveira making a debut, playing like a veteran.
Into the final minutes of the first Chukka, one of 4 Chukkas. South Africa leading 5-0, very much in control. Of course, the ball lifting there, but nobody close. So play on. Botswana, South Africa, and Namibia fighting it out. Here we go. Danny De Oliveira, her first chance, but you're not going to beat Thabiso Jacob with a shot like that. And South Africa go back and build up again. Here is Edith Madikwe on the ball.
De Oliveira, another attempt, and she finally gets it at the second crack. So, unfortunately for Botswana keeper, it was Thabiso Jacob unable to continue her very good form, despite the fact that South Africa scored 6 goals. Must be said, they've had far more strikes, and Jacob has managed to keep quite a few out, but 6 of them did find the back of the net, including that one from De Oliveira. And that ends the first Chukka tie.
Yeah, Danny De Oliveira, Chanel Robbenheimer, both scoring goals on debut. Fantastic for them. Robbenheimer taking her opportunity very, very well. De Oliveira probably missing that first opportunity with a bit of not a great shot, but making up for it with that second one, finishing it like a veteran, as she said, while she is busy with her matric at school.
Unbelievable, the ages at which these players compete at, and not only compete but shine as well. It really has been exemplary to watch, and yeah, age is certainly but a number when you look at the talent that goes through both sides, it has to be said. Botswana trailing 6-love after the first Chukka. South Africa very, very dominant, as the scoreline reflects, and just as you said, Ty, I think they certainly were rushing things in that first Chukka. The occasion maybe getting to them a bit. They said to control matters a little bit more, slow things down, and maybe compose themselves and try and force that first goal.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you don't have to be as direct as they are. And here we start the second Chukka. You don't have to be as direct as what they were being. You can hold it back, and I mean, but when you are going to be direct, if you're going to be direct like that, it's a pretty good way to do it. Cindy Hack passing it across to Kelly Reid and tapping it into the bottom left corner.
That was the strangest goal celebration from Kelly Reid. She almost felt guilty the way she ran back. I'm not supposed to be scoring goals. Cindy Hack, Captain Courageous, centers it back through to Reid. Almost a double play from the two.
Now here's a chance for Botswana, and she's trying to go straight through Jess O'Connor. You cannot go straight through Jess O'Connor. And that is an absolutely terrible goal by Cindy Hack, but she has, I actually think if she had connected that properly, Thabiso Jacob would have saved that, but she slides it underneath. It is 8-0 to the South Africans in this first match of the Indoor Africa Cup 2021. Who will be going to Belgium in February? Will it be South Africa? Will it be Botswana, or will it be Namibia?
Well, I'll tell you what, we talk about looking at guilty goals. Cindy, and that was straight through. Was that Kelly Reid scoring once again?
Nah, just outside. Outside the D. So Robin Johnson trying to get a sneaky touch, but missing out there. Here we go, just slow it down a little bit. So Botswana hold it at the back.
So Botswana having conceded 2 goals in the second Chukka in next to no time. Some panic stations at the back from Jeremiah.
Well, Cindy Hack almost took Kelly Reid's head off there. They are actually good friends off the field, I believe. So I'm sure that'll be a good discussion later.
Remember, Kelly Reid was a co-commentator about 2 years ago when we were in Durban. I think she was pregnant at the time.
Yeah, she was pregnant, now a mother, and looking incredibly fit and firing on the field. But it was quite nice having her. That is a beautiful touch by Robin Johnson. A wonderful ball by Jess O'Connor, spotting the gap. And Rojo putting it into the bottom right-hand corner. Sensation.
Very good goal from Robin Johnson. Sport running through her vein. She is the daughter of Kevin Johnson, well-known South African football coach. And she'll be on hand again. Cindy Hack goes around the outside, centers once more for Reed. Reed fires wide. Another chance goes begging for South Africa, but they do have 9 goals, so there's been plenty of chances that have worked in their favor. Botswana certainly feeling the pressure. And we are still only in the second Chukka. Another attempted intercept from South Africa. Not to be, though, as Botswana regain the ball. For how long, though? That is the question, and not long at all. That has been the story of the match so far. Still early days, but Botswana losing possession almost immediately after regaining it.
Yeah, Derek, I think obviously what we all know, I mean, this is only Botswana's 5th ever international indoor match. It is absolutely wonderful to see them here. It is great to see African indoor hockey growing. We don't have Zimbabwe here because of the COVID pandemic and the cost involved. They just couldn't come through. But this is what we want. We want the game to grow. We don't want South Africa versus Namibia as the African Cup. We want 10 nations here. We want to show Europe that Africa deserves more than one spot at the World Cup. And not just that we're going to go there to participate. We want to go there and compete. And it starts with this. It starts by getting here. It starts by playing and being at the tournament and learning, taking the hard knocks and growing from it.
Yeah, I know I mentioned it earlier, just having a look at this play. Cindy Hack still in center. She'll maneuver things around, and it finds the back of the net, somewhat fortuitously, I'd say. I think did that deflect off a Botswana player? I'm not too sure, but Robin Johnson with the last touch from South Africa, so the number 13, scoring South Africa's 10th goal this midway through the second Chukka. Yeah, what I was alluding to, I know I spoke about it a little earlier, but there was heartbreak for South Africa a few years ago. We speak about Namibia, but they really want to lay down a marker as we look to, or as they look to score again. And once again, it's another good save from Botswana keeper. It's a piece of Jacob, but again, she's under the cosh once more as South Africa's attack is absolutely relentless. Sarane finds the center to Cindy Hack.
Yeah, the shot was just off target, so no penalty corner there. Botswana are under their cosh here. The South Africans are raising the intensity and look like they still haven't quite clicked into first gear, making a few mistakes, missing a few chances. Oh, there we go. There's a little bit of composure to get out of trouble there. Some good work there by Ken Pakane to get them out. And, you know, even this, just getting the ball up the other side, just takes the pressure off a little bit. We know that the you know, sports is a very momentum-based game, so just stop the opposition's momentum by moving it up the other side. If you're going to drop out of lines here, as we've seen from Botumela Gabane, you know, you need to obviously press up together, press up as a unit. Indoor hockey is very much about defending and attacking as a unit, and that's what you'll see. You look at the South African press there. It is tight. It is Tegan, Edith and Chanel closing in together, not offering an easy out, and Edith turns it over. Fails to control it, but she gets it out and gives it away, but wins it straight back. Great intensity and pressure there. Lays it off. Tegan Ferry, great stop there by Irene Jeremiah. And Botswana have a chance to relieve the pressure. Some good individual work there by Botswana. But look at this press. It is relentless. Jeremiah looking for an option. Get it out. There we go. Use the outlet. There's Victoria Komotso who lays it off, but Jamie Southgate mops up. And there's Danny De Oliveira. Time. Tegan Ferry holding it wide. There's Chanel Robenheimer. Can she make it count? Oh. It's a good block there by Jeremiah, who's having a pretty decent game in defense.
She is.
3 minutes before halftime. South Africa lead 10-0. Yeah, the ball going straight into the D. It needs to travel 3 meters in an opposite direction first, or touched by another player, so it can't go straight in from that half. And here is opportunity for Botswana.
Yeah, it's been a period of play where Botswana have not conceded a goal, so they can take heart from that. And can they make it count? That's the thing. They definitely want to find the center. And unfortunately, once again, intercepted Tegan Fourie to the outside. Taps through to the middle, but she can't find her teammate.
But she has a chance, and a good save by Tsipisa Jacob. You know what I like about Tsipisa? She makes the saves that you should be making. You know?
Yeah.
And that's what you want from a keeper. No. Obviously, if you're under that many shots, you're going to concede a few. It's into hockey. But she really does provide a nice, solid foundation for the Botswanans at the back.
Yeah, she really, really does. And, I mean, it's been wave after wave of attack. We've continued to speak about that. And surely that scoreline is not flattering for Botswana. That being said, those are the chances that have gone in, but there are many, many that have been prevented. So that makes a big, big difference. But with just under 2 minutes to go before half-time, it is South Africa that lead 10 goals to 0. Botswana looking again to redeem themselves somewhat. Remember, it was 6 goals in that first Chukka.
A little lift there by Edith, allowing Irene Jeremiah to get out of jail there. Not the best pass that she picked. And here we go, Botswana are cramping the space. Everybody on the left-hand side not really ready for each other. Edith is, though. Here's a chance. Lays it off. Tegan Fourie finishes. There was never in doubt, was it?
No, that wasn't. But that's the best part, is that it was assured. You could see the confidence from Malekwe and getting it through. And, yeah, that was absolutely superb. Take your chances when you can. There's been many for South Africa. But that was handed to them on a platter. Southgate back to Fourie. Look on the outside. Centers it through for Obenheimer, and it was defended, but it will be a penalty corner.
Chanel. Danny de Oliveira, her second international goal. And it is 12-0 to South Africa. We've just got a few seconds left of the second Chukka. It will be half-time. South Africa 12, Botswana 0. And Botswana could really do, that was a terrible tackle. Edith passes, and Tegan Fourie is the goal scorer. 13-0, and if I am not incorrect, that would be, I am incorrect. That's Tegan Fourie's first goal of the game. I thought she had scored earlier. If we go through the goal scorers so far, 2 for Kelly Reid, 1 for Danny de Oliveira as the half-time Huda sounds, 2 for Cindy Hack, 1 for Chanel Obenheimer, 1 for Jess O'Connor, 3 for Robin Johnson, and Tegan Fourie getting her name on the score sheet there at the end of the quarter.
So I spoke a little too soon, because at one stage, a minute ago, it was pretty much 10-0 in favour of South Africa. And by that account, you'd have thought that Botswana had improved somewhat in the second Chukka, given the fact that they'd conceded 6 in that first. But South Africa running in 3 more goals right at the death. Impressed with Malekwe's play on the outside. Her and Tegan Fourie teaming up very, very nicely. And, they've been responsible for a couple of goals. Late additions to the side. That didn't start. The rotations continue as coach Lenny Buerta continues the orders through to his ladies. Can't be too scathing. He must be very impressed with that first half.
Yeah, but I think Lenny has been around. He knows enough to know that is, don't read too much into this. It is a game 1. You don't win the tournament in game 1. The tournament is decided by the final, and this is about doing the basics, doing the right things. And you can see, you guys can maybe see it in the background there. He's very animated. Botswana also trying to get their message across to each other. Make sure that you do what you have to do. Watipa Ismail definitely trying to get the message across and say, guys, come on, let's compete. Let's play each Chukka, let's play it in 2-minute intervals and try and draw or tie or whatever you want, as many of them as possible.
Of course, we've also got the men in action throughout this tournament, and they'll be taking to the court after this game. They'll alternate between men's and women's matches. And really, kudos to Thomas More College for putting up this great venue. I'm blown away, Ty. In fact, when I landed about an hour and a half ago from Johannesburg, and we were brought in, and the driver who brought me in, he said he's been here quite a few times, and he's been so impressed with the development of the school. And where we are right now, the Indoor Sports Centre, I mean, this is brand new.
Yeah, brand new, opened yesterday, and of course this is the first international match. It is Botswana against South Africa. Let's just have a look at those squads again. For the Botswanas, it's Lisa Ebert, number 9, the captain, who's leading the way. Victoria Gamotso, Irene Jeremiah, who we've heard a lot about in that first half. Naledi Makentlela, Phoebe Jarius, who has a family member, Jairus, who plays in the men's team. Boto Motlanaka, Rafiwe Boiteng, Tapiso Jacob, Keen Pakane, Nonofo Moromolwa, and Botumela Gabane, who led that one break there, and they gave them a great opportunity. For the South African, it's Centurion Cindy Hack, Jamie Southgate playing in her 49th test match, Kelly Reid, Celia Serrani, of course, you know Celia Evans, Danny De Oliveira, Edith Madikwe, Chanel Robenheimer in debut, Jessica Connor, another Centurion, Robin Johnson, Tegan Fourie, debutant Charlize Theron, and late injury replacement Cherie Gravenstein, who is sitting on the bench for South Africa right now. 13-0 is the score at halftime. The third chukka will get underway shortly. Derek, do you think there's any competition between the ladies to try and get the most goals? Doesn't look that way right now.
Yeah, I don't think so. It certainly doesn't apply to Kelly Reid. I spoke about the goal that she scored. She seemed very guilty by doing so. So I don't think she's one to lead the scoring chance, but she certainly is capable. Just having a look at the Botswana side, and I mean the South Africans, of course, would be a fairly tough job to select a player of the first half, because there were a couple of outstanding performances, and after scoring 13 goals, you'd be hard pressed. But with Botswana, I know it sounds strange as well to select a keeper after 13 goals have been conceded, but that could very well be 20 tied. But if it was not for Tsepiso Jacob, they would be staring at a very big scoreline. Not that 13 isn't, but Jacob has come to the rescue on numerous occasions.
Yeah, I think Irene Jeremiah, who was playing right half, she's moved to the left half now, was also very impressive, making a lot of tackles. And here we are underway in the third chukka. A little bit of a change to the combinations. In the first half, we saw Lenny Botha use a set 6-6-6. He has changed. He's brought Danny De Oliveira and Edith into this 6 now, swapping out Celia and Robin Johnson. And so far, so good here for South Africa, doing the job of ticking the box for day one. Here is Danny De Oliveira and Jess O'Connor.
Back to Captain Cindy Hack, and that's a rare error from Cindy, unable to hold it. You can see putting a hand up, and apologies, but do get it back. Cindy Hack goes through, passes it through, and absolutely no mistake from Edith Molikwe, doing the job right in front of goals. It actually was an open goal, and she just needed to slot it home, did the number 7. Really good performance from her so far. I've been thoroughly impressed by her over in the side, but playing centre at the moment. And another one, and I know you've spoken about her a lot, but Daniela De Oliveira making her debut, and certainly not overawed by the occasion. Continued play, because normally she'd be replacing Jess O'Connor, and you spoke about the changes in the lineup, but Jess O'Connor and Daniela operating from the back, and another goal scored. And there we have Kelly Reid.
That's a hat-trick for Kelly Reid. Yeah, touching back on it, Danny De Oliveira covering in the fence now, showing her versatility, which is really great to see. And South Africa, just very comfortable right now. Now it's more a case of probably knowing Coach Lenny Botha, he would have set mini goals here. We want to see 30 passes. We want to see 20 passes. We want to move the ball from the front to the back in 3 moves, And that's the kind of goal they love to score. The tap-in goal means that somebody has done great amount of work. It's just a short little finish, and it's Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, Edith Molekwe again doing the sniper's goals right in front of goal and making no mistake from in front. South Africa with possession again and really starting to assert their dominance now. Botswana look a little disheartened with play, and South Africa another attempt. Will it be Edith? She flicks it through. And another goal. Edith is having a sensational game.
I tell you what, Edith has moved up to Pretoria. She's playing for Tuckies, and she has been in sensational form moving up there. She's looking fit, she's looking strong, and she's looking fired up for this tournament.
A wry smile creeps across the face of Jess O'Connor, looking comfortable out there. They didn't play much of the first half. Started off, but handed the reins over to D'Oliveira, but now both of them on the court as they pass the ball fluidly between each other. Reed to Hack. Hack passes it out to Edith once again, but Botswana get the ball.
I mean, Edith has now scored 4 goals in this Chukka alone. She hadn't scored in the game, and she's now the top goal scorer in the game. And oh, that is a beautiful finish from Kelly Reed. What a finish! What a goal! That movement there. That's the kind of, you know, that's almost Lenny Boy. It's a trademark hockey going on there.
Excellent tiki-taka, that they'd say if you're talking about Barcelona. And Robenheimer with an attempt. Now she passes it back through, and wow! Edith goes down, but she gets up immediately, dusts herself off, and that's fresh from scoring yet another goal. Edith Molekwe, number 7. You cannot stop this lady. The goal just continued to fly.
19-0 for the South Africans. Their biggest international win under Lenny Botha, I stand corrected, was 22-0 against Slovenia. They're definitely looking to break that. They are 1 away from their biggest victory against Botswana, which they did a few years back. And again, quick movements. Edith Molekwe has basically said in this quarter, this is my game, welcome to my house, and if you want to party, just come join me, by invitation only.
Well, I tell you what, you're speaking about the competition amongst goal scorers. Edith, I think she heard you. She said, well, yeah, I want to win that competition. And you mentioned the goal record. If you think it is 22-0, I reckon that record will be broken before the start of the 4th Chukka. But here we go, South Africa, another opportunity. But as I say that, the commentators curse, watch Botswana now come out of the blocks firing. And they certainly need to. They've lived within their own half. Unfortunately, very little attack. They get the ball away once again. Jamie Southgate doing the intercept through to Jess O'Connor. Edith once again, and she will fire through. Well saved. Very good save from Botswana. Sapiso Jacob preventing Edith from scoring yet another goal. She'll certainly get tired of seeing Edith's face. Because, yeah, she has been a thorn in the side of Botswana throughout the morning so far. Southgate. Back to Sarane. Tariq centers through, and it is Robin Johnson who will find it as South Africa take their score to 20. That record score very much in the offing. 22-0. Was that score that Ty reckons?
Well, I was there, Derek. It was in Croatia, in a town called Svet Zelina. And before I tell you some more about that, here is Robin Johnson. She takes it out. It was Svet Zelina. It was in January 2018. And I have a great story about that because, well, there's a miscontrol. That's not something you see often here. It was the Croatian Cup. South Africa beat Slovenia 22-0. Derek, the final day of the tournament, South Africa beat Croatia in the final. And the team were going to do a day of tourism, but I had to fly out to Cyprus for my day job to go to a conference there. And I woke up thinking in 2018, no problem, because I caught an Uber there, that I would just call an Uber. But Svetselina was so far out of Zagreb that I literally couldn't call anyone. But now this is 4 o'clock in the morning. There's no one in the hotel. There's no reception in the hotel. Now I'm sitting there, I think, there's no way I'm making my flight. And by chance, My Uber driver had phoned me when he picked me up. So I had his number. I phoned him at 4 in the morning. He's like, yes, I'm awake. Yes, the South African. I'm coming.
Wow.
And he came there in 20 minutes and took me there. And he said, request the Uber when I'm there. I won't come online. I'll click there.
That is amazing. And you made it through to Cyprus.
Yes.
For your day job. What a horrible place to go for your day job.
I mean, I was presenting a course at a holiday resort in Limassol. It was tough. It was tough.
Night job, watch hockey. Day job, present courses in far-off places in Cyprus. It's back to the action now. And the score remains 20-0 with 2.5 minutes to go before the end of the third. Chukka, South Africa biding their time at the back between Fourie and Sarane. Continue to jump it between the two of them before Johnson waits out in the middle. No, continued. Fourie and Sarane. Sarane goes back. Fourie continues to control things. Southgate. Back to Fourie. Southgate now. South Africa launched the attack, and Southgate a straight pass, but able to find Sarane. It's amazing, Sarane, how much she spent at the back before attacking. And the next thing you know, she was right at goal.
Yeah, and another person with sport in her blood, of course, her brother Brett Evans played for Bafana Bafana. So 2 siblings playing for the national team. Here's a chance for Botswana just to slow it down. They've had a good period of 5 minutes. You see, that's the kind of thing that they will develop from playing more and more. Can they keep it out? Can they hold South Africa at bay? Tegan Fourie with some slalom dance moves. Irene Jeremiah just letting it go through to the back of the D. Here's Jamie Southgate, the lady with the dance moves of Mick Jagger and Michael Jackson's love child. Good save.
Very good save. Jacob stopping that one. So Botswana have managed to stem the tide somewhat. And they heard us speaking about that record victory, and they don't want to be on the receiving end of that. South Africa give it through to Johnson. Well intercepted.
Irene Jeremiah once again getting there and just disrupting play. What she does need those. Wow, there's a great chance there. They had a 2-on-2. They really had the chance. But here's South Africa. Can they capitalize? Shino Robina saved and out by Jeremiah.
Southgate at the halfway line. Long pass through to Robin Johnson, but that will get hand possession back to Botswana.
Of course, at the end of the game, we will have the next game at 10:30, but the stream will stay live until 10:30. We'll just keep quiet for a bit. It is the men's game next. It is Namibia versus Botswana, opening up the men's competition. Of course, it is teams that finished second and new team that opens it up. And that is the end of the third. Chukka, Derek, you are wrong. It is 20-0. And Botswana, actually, you said that at about 24 minutes, and there hasn't been a goal since that.
That is amazing. And I tell you what, Botswana heard it. They're saying they're not going to be on the receiving end of this record score. But, yeah, it's still a long fourth Chukka to go for Botswana if they are to stop that tide. And I can't see it not happening, Ty.
No. And South Africa will bring in the mega cannons probably to start the final quarter. But look, if both teams look at this, South Africa will be happy they are executing what they wanted to. Where Botswana may be a little bit, there's moments of happiness in terms of when they've been able to stem the tide. They'll just be a bit frustrated with probably how easily they've given possession over.
Yeah, that really has been the story of the entire match. Is as soon as they touch the ball, they get possession back. But that being said, I mean, South Africa counted too. It's not through the faults of Botswana, but also through the attack-mindedness of the South Africans. Botswana get the fourth and final Chukka underway, and once again, handing possession straight back. Cindy Hack finds a center to Reed. Reed gets it out to Edith Malokwe. Hack tries her best, but again, Botswana stop it, but we'll return to the center. To Oliveira. To O'Connor. Uses the boards. Reed can't collect. And Botswana with the rare piece of possession. Jeremiah Oh. And Botswana captain Bodipeng unable to get through, but it continues to stay in the hands of Botswana for now.
Of course, the umpires today are Liana Duplessis from Namibia and Claire Cowan from South Africa. Claire is a very highly rated umpire here in South Africa. She's on the far side, and it's her and Nisty. Here is Liana right by us. South Africa once again just slowing the play down, building it up. Cindy looking, no option there, goes back to Jess O'Connor. Kelly Reid.
Jess O'Connor looking, skips past her captain, gets it back to Oliveira. She's got two players marking her. She gets around one, tries around the other. She does. Edith in the middle, she doesn't need her. Reid flicks it through, and unfortunately hitting, oh geez, that had the potential to be quite dangerous.
Oh, I read your mind.
Wow, it's amazing.
And that looked like it hit her in the throat. She touched her throat and she said, okay, cool, let's play on.
Wow. She's Jeremiah on the losing end very much so, but standing firm out in the middle. And there we go. Was it? No, was it?
No, disallowed. It looked like it came off the back stick. A bit of a lift. Okay, just taking the ball back. South Africa remain 20-0. We are 2 minutes into the final Chukka. No goal yet in this Chukka.
It's been the longest period of play by far where we haven't seen a goal. Remember, there's about 4 or 5 minutes to go at the end of the third with a 20-0 up. So we've had about 8 or 9 minutes of goalless play, which is full credit to Botswana for managing to block the onslaught. But South Africa, no doubt, will continue to attack. And Cindy Hack centers it through to Kelly Reid, and Reid hits it straight through. As Reid tries again, Cindy Hack now with an attempt, and she and it manages to bubble into the back of the net. Edith finally getting, what's that for her now? How many goals?
That's probably 6 now for her, but there was almost a sense of inevitability there because that ball looked like it wanted to go in so badly, but it just didn't want to in the end. Here's a change, Robin Johnson on for Kelly. Botswana trying to go straight through Cindy Hack there and paying for it. As Edith Madikwe is absolutely on fire today, looking as fired up as can be. 6 goals for her. This is definitely South Africa's biggest result against Botswana. And there's a chance here to make it 22. But it's a wonderful save by Tsepiso Jacob. That was incredibly quick feet.
Yeah, I know we spoke about it earlier, about Jacob. Hard to compliment a goalie when you just conceded 21 goals, but there were far, far more attempts from South Africa, and she has managed to block those, like we just saw now. It could easily be 30, 35, even 40, the amount of shots that South Africa have fired. But yeah, they have another shot, and you'd be hard-pressed to bet against them succeeding here. Centered from Hack. Saran with the flick. And, D'Oliveira with the flick.
And a hat-trick on debut for Danny D'Oliveira.
Danny D'Oliveira. And as she scores, she tags out, and in comes Jamie Southgate. What a way to come and take your seat in the sideline. Good play from Robin Johnson. Gets it back to Jess O'Connor. Southgate back into the action. Captain Cindy Hack loses the ball, and it goes away of Botswana. Another uncharacteristic error from the skipper.
Reminder that later today we will see the Botswana women back on this afternoon. They will take on the African champions Namibia before this evening's big humdinger, the classic match between South Africa and Namibia.
Johnson on the outside. Centers it through to Cindy. Jess O'Connor. Edith gets it back. Edith, another attempt. Well saved once again from Jacob. So Edith Molekwe certainly making her presence felt. Johnson finds her captain. Molekwe tries to go around the keeper, and she can't quite do it. Edith Molekwe.
I think trying to go a little bit too fancy that time because it was a great opportunity to just slide it in the short side. But yeah, looking good. South Africa. Here's Cindy. Good save to Bisa Jacob. And penalty corner time. Chance for goal number 23 with just 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining.
Could this be the record score? Ty, is that 100% the biggest win for the Spicer ladies?
Yeah, well, I have all the stats from Lenny's time in charge, and I can confirm the 22-0 is their biggest victory under him, and it was against Slovenia. This is their biggest ever against Botswana. One more to break their own record.
Hack. Oh, and it hits the post from Jess O'Connor. Hack gets it through to O'Connor again. Second time right, and another save from Jacob. Wow.
Look, that was a superb save. Down on her knees, stick up, top right corner, with a kind of flick that Chris Morris would have been proud of yesterday. Smashing 33 million rand around the park.
It was incredible from Jacob. South Africa continue to attack. Must be said, Botswana do not want to concede that final goal to take it to 23 and hand Lenny Botha that record. I mean, how is that from Jess O'Connor? The first one hitting the post, the second one superbly saved by Jacob. Irene Jeremiah. And South Africa will regain possession. Oh, in fact, yeah, they will. Serrano with the restart.
So, Derek, I mean, this is just an interesting stat, and it is probably unrivaled around the world. Coach Lenny Botha has presided before today over 103 games for South Africa. He has won 74 of those, drawn 12, and lost just 17.
Wow.
And in that time, they have scored 478 goals and conceded 194.
That is an astounding stat. And you know, we had Coach Lenny Botha on the Raider Hockey the podcast, Raider Media Hockey the podcast, and we're speaking about how, without doubt, he is of the most successful coaches. And there it is. Robenheimer gets the record score.
How's that? One of his new players that he has brought in, Chanel Robenheimer, on debut, is the player to take it to 23. That is SPAR South Africa's biggest ever international indoor hockey result.
Congratulations to SPAR South Africa making the record, but they won't just rest on their laurels now. Southgate finds Johnson. Robenheimer was waiting in the wings, in the center, but instead it's Fourie will take over possession. Back to Southgate. Robenheimer, the record goal scorer. Given back to Botswana. Jeremiah can't quite get it away. Johnson to Robenheimer. Serrano waiting in the middle, not needed for now. Back to Johnson. Johnson will attempt through, and well saved once again from Jacob. But on the second time, she couldn't quite stop it as Serrano gets on the score sheet. Another excellent start from Jacob. But yeah, she can only stop so much time.
Yeah, speaking about shot stoppers, Charlize Swanepoel has had a fairly easy debut.
Exceptionally easy. It has to be said. Trying to work out if she's actually touched the ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure that she has, but here is a minute and a half left to go. Celia Serrani, how many more goals for South Africa? They're looking for it. Here's Robenheimer. Well done, holds back, looks Serrani, she's going to go in, have a shot, no, it goes Tegan Fourie. Decent save.
Southgate back to clean up. Serrano, nice play from her. She works her way from the out, inside, and another great save. Can they do it again? Robenheimer, they'll play her on, and that was Fourie. Open goal. Jacob, another superb save, but found wanting right at the end as she moved out a goal, and the ball found its way to Fourie, who did the rest. South Africa take the tally up to 25 a short while ago. We're wondering if they'd reached the 23 mark. Robenheimer intercepts once again, finds Johnson. Johnson can't hold on. She flicks it out to Fourie. Fourie gets 2 goals in the space of 20 seconds. Incredible play from South Africa. The attack, the defense, not so much the defense, but the interception play from them. I mean, they're just continually on Botswana every time Botswana do touch the ball, as we'll see once again. Botswana and losing the ball once again. Story of the day. Sent it through to Robenheimer, and it's can't quite Jacob doing the business. Southgate, Fareed. And that ends the game 26-0. What a victory for South Africa. A record score for them as they wrap up the opening match of this, the Indoor Africa Cup 2021.
So Derek is going to grab the captains for a quick post-match word. While he does, I'm going to just talk you through the goal scorers again. South Africa 26, Botswana 0. Kelly Greed getting 4 of those goals. Celia Serrani getting 1 for herself. Danny De Oliveira is down as 2. Edith Madikwe with 6 goals. Cindy Hack, the captain, with 2 to her name. Chanel Robenheimer getting 2, including the one that took us to the record. Jess O'Connor with 1 goal, 4 for Robin Johnson, 4 for Tegan Fourie, and a clean sheet on debut for Charlize Swanepoel. I hand over now to Derek as he has the
Lisa, tough match.
Very tough.
So, I mean, geez, it's good to be here. Of course, you need as much experience as you can. But that being said, you came up against a very strong South African outfit.
Yes. I think we tried our level best. This is more of a learning experience. So we learned a lot. We saw where we need to improve on, and I'm proud of my girls.
And,
So, yeah.
and finally, great to be involved in this tournament, the Indoor Africa Cup 2021, a great venue. A tough start, but things can only pick up, and I'm sure it's going to be an exciting weekend from here.
Definitely, it's the first of the 4. So the next 3 will be better. Definitely.
Thanks so much. Hard luck. Good luck in the next game.
Thank you.
Lisa Hack, what a start.
Lisa?
Cindy, apologies. Cindy, what a start.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we're just so grateful to be here after everything that's happening and we're going through, so we're just absolutely grateful to be here.
From our reckoning, a record score and the coach of Lenny.
Yeah, I wouldn't know RE scoreline, but we're just focusing on things one step at a time and yeah, towards that end goal.
Cindy, having a look at the squad, a couple of debutants, but playing like veterans.
Completely. I wouldn't say old age, I'd say experience. But yes, the team is fantastic from an experience point of view, as well as excellent talent coming through with regards to the youngsters.
And one of them you're about to hand over to now, making a debut today. Tell us a bit more about Daniela.
Oh, she's been coming through the ranks, really making her mark exceptionally well, as have the other 2 who made their debuts today, and we're just so exceptionally proud of her.
Cindy Hack, the skipper of the SPAR South Africa's side. Congratulations on the win. And we're going to call up the debutant, Daniela. Thanks so much, Cindy. So move over to Daniela. Daniela, geez, what a performance.
Yeah, it was a very nice game to start off with. Yeah, it's an amazing opportunity for me. So I'm just really excited to start off playing Botswana.
How were the nerves?
I must say they were at an all-time high. But yeah, once I had my first touch on the ball, they seemed to just calm and yeah, got going.
Looking at this tournament, the Indoor Africa Cup 2021, exciting times ahead. It's a great way to kick things off, but plenty of matches still to come, of course, with the final, the ultimate target.
yeah, I think we just have to take one game at a time, and hopefully when we get there, we'll be ready to take on whoever's there.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you so much.
Thanks very much to Cindy, Danny and Lisa. South Africa are the victors of the opening game. They will take the points. They go to the top of the table. 26 goal difference. It is South Africa 26, Botswana 0. But don't worry, we will be back at 10:30. The stream will stay live, so you don't need to refresh or anything. 10:30, it is over to the men for their opening game, Namibia versus Botswana. Thanks for joining us.
I can see it from here, and it's probably actually the issue, and you can look at it.
Welcome back. We are at Thomas More College. It is the second match of the Indoor Africa Cup 2021, but it is the first game in the men's competition. You join us now fresh from South Africa's demolition of Botswana 26-0. South Africa winning in the women's competition. Botswana putting up a fight, but South Africa was simply too good in that match. And unfortunately for Botswana, going down against a rampant South African side, led admirably by Cindy Hack, and Edith Molokwe are doing a superb job. But now onto this clash. Namibia up against Botswana. Tyron, promises to be a goodie.
Yeah, absolutely. Namibia men filled with class. Bryn Cleek, the player of the tournament at the last tournament. DJ Strauss, the captain, amazing player. Dakota Hansen, Peter Jacobs, Cody van der Merwe, the list goes on and on. Of course, for Botswana, the likes of Katla Busang, Katlego Karate, and of course, Tefo Matabola will be pivotal. It's time to head over for the national anthems.
Wonderful sounds emanating from Thomas More College. It is the second match of the day, the first in the men's competition of the Indoor Africa Cup. Namibia up against Botswana, and there we see the Namibian captain leading from the front, David Strauss, a giant of a man, and yeah, he'll be very hard to get past in goal.
Yeah, he was the keeper of the tournament at the 2017 tournament, goes by the name DJ affectionately, and he is a man who leads from the front. If you haven't had the opportunity, listen to episode 72 of Hockey the Podcast, where he speaks earnestly, wholeheartedly, and just passionately about his love for his country. They are fired up here. It may sound like a full stadium. It's empty because there's no supporters, but oh my word, they are fired up here from Namibia. Looking at these guys on the field, we've got Ernst Jacobs, Dakota Hansen, Cody van der Merwe, Brinkley, Liam Hermanus, DJ Strauss. This is a power lineup in a very, very impressive looking MTC sponsored kit. Great to see sponsors getting behind African hockey.
Yeah, the bright orange of Namibia, they really are looking the part, but standing in the way, Botswana, who'll be eager to continue the rich vein of form. And as things begin, Namibia getting off to a fast start. Good play between the men.
Our umpires are Peter Calder from South Africa and Lefika Bulala from Botswana on debut.
Botswana getting back possession.
Because this is Botswana's men's first international indoor hockey match, which, of course, the great thing for them is from this they will get a world ranking and they will be included. Here is Namibia looking at the attack. Some early work by Katlego Karate to defend, and a good block there to repel the Namibians, who look like they are here for action. Great touch by Brinkley, but superbly stopped by Katla Busang, the captain and goalkeeper.
Namibia once again on the attack. Great play there from Jacobs. To play through as it gets onto Van der Merwe. Cody tries to get past, can't quite do it as the Botswana get the ball back. Karate. So out to Bogwasi. Hold on nicely, Van der Merwe now.
There's Ernst Jacobs, a man from Johannesburg who is Namibian descent, studied at University of Johannesburg.
Jacobs out in the middle and waiting in the wings, and it is kind of well defended by Botswana. Namibia will get the ball.
It was an interesting technique that by sitting on the ball to stop your opposition from playing. Quite a good technique. No. Obviously giving away the penalty corner, and here is early chance. Liam Hermanus, number 5 for Namibia at the top of the D. A very, very dangerous player at this point.
So it will be Van der Merwe with the flick, and he can't find the goal. So you could say it probably was a good tactic from Botswana to sit on the ball, give away the penalty flick, and nothing comes from that. As Botswana continue, they'll pick things up.
You can see Bogwasi in the middle of the park trying to get there. He's on the ball now, very physical. Cody van der Merwe coming through the back. He can't do that. Oh, sleeping. Liam Hermanus takes it and capitalizes. 1-0 to Namibia. That is what you can't do. You cannot give space and time to a player as lethal as Liam. Of course, at the most recent South African IPT before COVID last year, he played for Mpumalanga and was the top goal scorer at the whole tournament.
Terrific play from Liam Hermanus, getting Namibia on the board. The first goal of the game. Karate looks for a long pass, can't quite find it. And will be left to Hansen to clean up at the back, and he finds Hernandez. Pass through to Van der Merwe, can't quite hold on. Click, gets through, he gets a second attempt. And Namibia get their second goal, Bryn Cleek.
Bryn Cleek, another one of the Namibians based in South Africa, in Johannesburg, plays for Southern Gauteng and plays for Wanderers Hockey Club. But what a fantastic talent.
Karate. Pass for the long pass, still can't get past.
Tefo Matabola was hovering there, waiting for the ball. Whoa, and it's a strike against the crossbar from Cody Finnemay. A little brilliant hands there, making space, flicking it over, but just a touch too high. And they lose the opportunity. Here goes Botswana.
Once again. Another game looking for a long pass. Can't get past that man, Peter Jacobs. And eventually Namibia find the back of the net once again. A terrific start from them. And no surprises as Liam Amanis, spoken about already, gets on the board. Karate finding things tough at the back with that long pass, can never get past it. Hansen fighting well, but Botswana get the ball back.
Oh, Punosele had a great idea there, but it was just blocked by Jacobs. Tefo Matabola lays it back. Oh, and he was there to receive. Tefo, player for Basel Hockey Club in Botswana, who have dominated the league. And just inside, so they've given away the penalty corner. But what I liked there was Botswana showed some great ingenuity there, some attacking play, and looked to take the game to Namibia.
Yeah, they looked dangerous. It was interesting to see. The long passes didn't quite work within their own half, but tried the attack inside Namibia's, and suddenly it looked to have paid off. But here we have Namibia with the penalty corner. Hermanus in the center. And have an Exum. Hermanus can't hold on. And Botswana breathe a sigh of relief. Halfway through the first Chukka. And it's 3-0 in favor of Namibia. Hermanus trying to attack. And he does. He gets the ball back, but it will go the way of Botswana once more. Botswana to Osaka. And the failed attempt there, I'm not quite sure. And we'll get a rare green card first of the game.
First of the tournament. And the short, there's Tefo Matabola. He takes the opportunity here. Can he lay it off? Oh, it's gone up into Fagan Hansen's leg. Oh, but he gets the call. He's touch fortunate on that one. Yes, Karane. Or Karate. Nico Nietling with the stop. DJ Brits with his brother on the field. The Brits brothers on the field now. Special talents for Namibian hockey. But not taking advantage of this attack. It remains.
Nietling. Brits on his outside, finds Brits, back to Nietling. Working nicely with Brits back to him. As Nietling waits for it in the center, and we'll go to Brits once more. Nietling gets it in there. There we go. Fagan Hansen gets the fourth goal of the game and the fourth for Namibia. Botswana certainly feeling the pressure. Namibia looking dominant in their bright orange.
Of course, Fagan, whose brother is Dakota in the team as well. So two brothers in the team, two sets of brothers, Dakota and Fagan, and of course JP and David Brits.
Play there.
There's the ball.
From Karate. One tried with the long pass once again. In fact, he tried to run it that time.
The connection between Karate and Matabola is looking good. It's looking good. It's going to click here as an opportunity.
Brits out there stopping. Jeez, no stopping him there. He was out there quickly. Try and... There's Namibia. Roll on. The punches, and Botswana get the ball back. Waiting outside. Matabola. He's definitely been the most attacking player for Botswana so far. Trying to get around two players. Can't quite do so. He'll pass it back. Back to Matabola, but it is intercepted. Namibia once again on the charge. Good work there by Karate.
Just put still. You can see what he's trying to do, use the walls to create a bit of space. He's just failing, but if he gets that touch, he's on for a great breakaway here.
Yeah, it's the second time we've tried that. Botswana now, the rare opportunity inside Namibia's half. Namibia intercept once more. Do so through David Brits.
Yeah, Tabile Molefe just a little bit indecisive there when he had the ball. Wasn't quite sure which pass he was going to go for, but allowing Namibia to get back and track him and close it down.
So Namibia, or Botswana rather, making a far bigger nuisance of themselves now in the last couple of minutes as they take the fight to Namibia. Botswana with the ball once again. Hermanus. It's back to Nyetling. Was that Nyetling? Finds the back of the net. Van der Merwe, in fact, my apologies.
It all stemmed from Lesaka giving the ball away a little bit easily there. And Namibia just overcrowding and taking advantage of the space created by Lesaka's error.
Karate taking deep breaths. Tries for the long pass once again. Can't get past Nyetling. Brits gets it back to Nyetling. Brits tries and he finds the back of the net. Another goal for Namibia. Good play between Nyetling and Brits as Namibia take their tally up to 6. So worth repeating, Tyron mentioned it up front, but this is Botswana's first international match, which, yeah, full credit to them. That is it doesn't really get much tougher than playing international sport in any sport, and to do so for the very first time against a slick outfit like Namibia. Yeah, it's a difficult task that they face.
Yeah, a lot of these Namibian players have a lot more caps to their name and have been there and done that before. Many of them playing against Zimbabwe at the PSI series in Harare 2 years back, many of them in 2017, and of course lots of these youngsters part of the PSI upbringing, which is such a big part of indoor hockey. Botswana yet to take on PSI, but I can't see it being far away with their passion for the game, showing immense growth.
Yeah, certainly some future stars already. Matabola definitely looks the part. And Namibia get a goal on the cusp of the first Chukka. And they'll go into the break. 7-0 in front, and the man getting on the score sheet there, Fagan Hansen.
Yeah, 7-0 is the score. The goal scorers in that first Chukka for Namibia, 7-0. We have a hat-trick for Fagan Hansen. We've got Bryn Cleek with a goal. We have 2 for Liam Hermanus, and of course JP Brits getting the 1. It is 7-0. Botswana will look back at that and think there were certain periods in that Chukka where they competed quite gainfully, quite manfully, offered themselves opportunity. However, they will be frustrated that with the ease at which they let goals, and specifically those 3 goals in the last minute and a half, that really just changed it from a nice and tight 4-0 to a very one-sided 7-0.
Yeah, it's similar to the match that we saw earlier with South Africa and Botswana. There was that period where Botswana held on and they certainly pressurized the opponents, but then in like a 30 to 40 second spell, suddenly the opponents had 2 to 3 goals. So at certain periods that they'd really want to work on, not taking their foot off the gas somewhat, and just constantly trying their best to upset their opponents. As the second Chukka begins with Namibia well in front, 7-0.
You can just see the speed at which Namibia moves the ball. These guys know each other. They play together. They're like a family. It's not trying to discover each other. You can see a lot of the Botswanas are still trying to make those connections, and that comes with time. And there's definitely positives here, but we would like to see a little bit more enterprise in the attacking half.
And here goes Namibia once again, front and center, finds the back of the net, does Cleek. Not the first time for him today. He's looked very impressive, and he will grab his second goal. Bryn Cleek, nice effort from him. And a bad start from Botswana. Cleek once again, he can't believe it, and he'll do it again. That was seconds later.
That's 2 goals in 10 seconds for Brinkley to complete his hat-trick, and it is 9-0 to Namibia. That was a bit of a careless pass by Molefe that opened that up, and you can't give Brinkley 2 chances because he will take them both.
As he just proved.
Yeah, sorry about that cliche, it came out. It's a game of 2 halves there.
Okay, penalty flick opportunity now for Namibia.
But Derek, at the end of the day, hockey is the winner. I'm not sure how many more cliches I can get in here.
All credit to the team. It's not about the individual.
We trust the process.
The process they're going to trust now. They're going to trust Jacobs to find the back of the net. High fives all round. Namibia completely in control of this clash. We saw a high-scoring match first up. I fear it's going to be very much the same. Well, it already is. But yeah, it's very much an Everest.
But Karate is back on, although he's dispossessed by Kleek. And they've got the penalty corner, but they don't need it. They play advantage and they've scored the goal. Botswana waiting for the whistle and stop playing. The whistle hadn't gone. 11-0.
It looked as if Karate went down to try and pick up the ball at one stage. Jeez, he almost lost a couple of knuckles. His hand moved just seconds prior to...
and here's a chance.
Here's a chance. Oh, and it was the second time that David Strauss was kind of called upon.
Ponacella getting through, just not getting the touch that he needed. But that little moment will hopefully be the spark that gives the Botswanans a belief that they can go and get a couple of goals into this game and get back into it at least. Oh, great play by Jacobs to get away from the pressure. And Brent Kleek will take advantage of that. Yes, Tumelo Sekate, who passes the ball straight away to Brent Kleek, and they will start chasing shadows once again as the talismanic man runs through the middle. There's Ponacella. Oh, he's done the brilliant no-look pass, but the problem was, Derek, that he didn't look.
Brent Kleek once again attempts the goal, and yeah, makes no mistake. And he gets another. That takes his tally up to 4. That kind of came out of nothing for Brent Kleek. There were plenty of other players who looked certainly in position to do it. Kleek evading one before firing away. And taking Namibia's tally up to 12 midway through the second Chukka. Super play there from Liam Hermanus. Hermanus once again. And hold on, so Namibia. We start. Jacobs tries to find Fanamava. Fanamava not happy with himself, unable to collect.
Hat-trick so far for Liam Hermanus, Brent Kleek and Fagan Hansen. And here is Cody Fanamava. He'll want to get in on the action too.
Ferrante can't get past Jacobs. Jacobs centers it through. Hermanus. Hermanus goes for goal. Was that from the outside? It was.
Yeah, it was, and coming off of Karate's stick, but of course, hockey is a nice sport for defenders because you can't score own goals.
Jacobs, gee, certainly looks the part. Powerful player. Kleek gets past 2, finds a center, and that was wide. That was an open goal for Hermanus.
I mean, that's the kind of miss that Hermanus will look back at and be like, how did I do that? That'll wake him up tonight. Probably 2 o'clock in the morning he'll wake up thinking, how did I miss that?
Thankfully, he missed it when his side was 12-0 up, not 1-0 with 1 minute to play. Jacobs controlling well. Back to Kleek. Centers it through to Hermanus. Now he makes no mistake.
Okay, I think Liam might not wake up at 2 anymore. That is 13, unlucky for Botswana, 13-0. As Namibia just showing pure ruthlessness when it comes to attacking. They are putting almost every chance on target. They are creating every opportunity. And look at setting up for a bumper match this evening between Namibia and South Africa.
Oh, I can't wait for that. Probably Botswana's star passing off there, Matabole. Unfortunately, unable to find his teammate. Also, a man who's been very prominent is Katlego Karate. She sees that a lot of work to do.
It's actually quite cold here in Durban today, Derek, and you wouldn't judge that by karate right now.
Whoa. Keeper Busang kicking it straight into. Who was it? Who collected there? It was Fagan. Fagan Hansen. Hansen couldn't make the most of that. Brits tries to get past the man, pass it off, doesn't need him.
To his brother.
The Brits, yeah. The other Brits. But they squander that opportunity.
You know, they could help us by just making the Hansen brothers and the Brits brothers on the field with like a Brin, and then we need three surnames.
Oh, yeah.
Hansen, two Brits. Klieg. 13-0, 3.5 minutes left of the second Chukka. We're closing in on half time. Here is Nico Nedling, passes it on. JP Brits on the ball, looking for his brother. Not quite. Good save there.
Very nice from Busang,
Yeah,
the goalkeeper and the captain.
Botswana unable to bring the ball under control quickly there. So penalty corner time. Will Namibia make it 14 at penalty corner time or not?
Interesting that both skippers are also keepers. Is that quite a regular thing, Ty?
No, not really. You know, often you want your skipper to be out because they are involved in the play. They're talking and stuff. But with the size of an indoor hockey field, I mean,
Oh!
was that over the line? Was it on the line? TMO, VAR?
The Namibians say yes.
Yeah, we're sending it upstairs for review. That was the stairs. No goal.
goal.
Penalty corner. Great decision. We re-looked at the camera. Don't rewind or fast forward.
Second bite of the cherry for Namibia, and they make it count. They get
Owen Hudson with his
14th
first
goal.
goal, and he tried to push that so hard that he lost his footing. But it doesn't matter because he also lost the ball into the back of the net. Yeah, obviously Namibia in 2017, it was the men that had the heartbreak, losing the final as they get another goal there, losing the final 2-1 to South Africa after a thrilling match, a game where DJ Strauss was in inspired form, but South Africa managed to mangle one under his body, and 2-1 it was in South Africa with a team that went off to Berlin to the Indoor Hockey World Cup, and Namibia have been working since that day for the opportunity to come and, as they like to say it, prove that they deserve their chance as well.
Molefe trying his best to get past the Namibian defense, unable to as Namibia continue to attack. And that will be Botswana's ball.
Hudson getting in the way of his own teammate there.
Two minutes to go before half-time. Can Botswana try and fight for their first goal in international hockey? It looks like Namibia. Another great start from Busang. Nietling. Pass out back to Nietling. Got a man on his inside. Doesn't need him just yet. Good play from Hatton.
And good play there by Matabola, getting in as the gap opened and just making it a situation that only he was going to come away with the ball. Yeah, so it's been a tough first half in their first ever international indoor hockey game. Kamogelo Lesaka will go down in history as the first ever player from Botswana to receive a green card in an international game. Who will join him in the history books as the first player to ever score a goal? Will it be Tefo Matabola? Will it be Ronan Andrews is on the field now? Who is going to be the one that does it? Here's Karate trying to stop.
Wow, from a tight angle, that looked almost impossible.
Fagan Hansen once again being the man to put the goal away. Of course, the Hansen brothers on the team, their mother's part of the management team.
Certainly a lot of families involved when it comes to Namibian hockey. They're not brothers, they're with mothers.
Their coach is Trevor Cormack and his daughter Jerry, who is a friend of ours over at Hockey the Podcast, is the assistant coach and sitting in the grandstands behind us, watching and making notes and not swearing at all. So to those watching all over the world, we are here. It is the Thomas More College in KwaZulu-Natal. And that is an absolutely superb finish by Fagan Hansen on the stroke of halftime to make it 17-0. 17-0 at halftime break. It has been one-way traffic, but Botswana have had a moment or two where they could smile at, but just not probably enough to be happy for.
Tell you what, you spoke about how good that goal from Hansen was. Jeez, received the ball, had a bit of time, had a bit of space. He eyed the top right corner and slotted it home to get Namibia's 17th goal of the half of the match. And yeah, they are in complete control of this outing. But another reminder, Botswana playing their first ever match in international hockey. Looking at some of the goal scorers, Hansen, 6 goals for him. Bryn Kleek, 4 goals. Liam Hermanus, 5. Owen Hatton, JP Brits, and Peter Jacobs getting 1 apiece. And as you heard Tyron speak about it a little earlier, Kamagelo Lasaka getting a green card early in the game. And that was the first green of the match, the first green of the tournament. And as a result, it is 17-0 at half-time here in the Indoor Africa Cup 2021.
Of course, we know there are viewers all over Africa watching this, and not only Africa, but all over the world. If you're watching with your family, if you're watching with your friends, enjoying a game of hockey, because it's great. The COVID pandemic has robbed us of so many sporting events, but at least we are back together. We don't have fans here in the stadium, but at least there's an opportunity to watch together. And special thanks to Farco Pharmaceuticals, the African hockey sponsor, as well as SPAR, the tournament sponsor for this week.
Really promises to be a terrific tournament, this one. Well done to the South African women for opening their account with a resounding victory over Botswana. Namibia men look well on their way to doing the same against the Botswana men's side. And yeah, plenty of other match in action. Of course, Namibia, Botswana and South Africa providing 3 teams apiece in the men's and women's competitions. Round robins all the way until the finals on Sunday afternoon, which promises to be a humdinger. And yeah, tonight's match, Ty, I know you spoke about it a little earlier, but yeah, that Namibia SA game is going to be a cracker.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the men and women's, both of them. The men's game will be at 7:30 this evening. The women's game at 6 o'clock. So wherever you are, tune in. We will obviously stop the feed and start a new feed for the next sessions. But what an incredible match we're looking at. We're looking at number 9 in the world versus 14, number 11 versus 14 in the world. So this is not just a run-of-the-mill game. It is 2 of the top 15 teams in the world taking each other on and entertaining you with the game that we all love. Who will it be that strikes the first blow tonight? We will see later on. Of course, right now it is Namibia's men who are landing punch after punch on the Botswana body in their opening ever international indoor hockey game. It has been a very one-sided first half. The Namibians are playing with incredible pace, skill and heart. Botswana had a few moments there. Tefo Matabola, for me, probably the player that looked the most dangerous, Derek, but Punisele also making a few runs that looked like he could have just got the stick to it and created something at the end.
Yeah, no question for me. It's yeah, the player of Botswana so far has been Tefo Matabola. And I spoke about him earlier, but Katlego Karate has really stood out because he's had so much work to do. The lone man at the back, really fighting hard. You can imagine when you're facing a scoreline of 17-0 down at half-time, how attack-minded the opponents have been, and that has certainly been the case. And yeah, Karate has certainly made his presence felt somewhat. Sometimes Namibia have, most times they've managed to get around him, but other times he's put his hand up and managed to stop the onslaught. But yeah, at halftime, the 17-0 in favor of Namibia with the third Chukka about to get underway.
Derek, I mean, just for the benefit of all our watchers, our viewers right now, here's something interesting for you. So Namibia, who are playing here, if we look at their players, you know, David Strauss, DJ Strauss, 28 caps, Liam Hermanos, 10 caps, Bryn Cleek, 15 caps, Jacobs, 18 caps. It's a young team. I mean, apart from DJ Strauss and Bryn Cleek, there is not a player older than 24. So they're a team who have experience, but they're also incredibly young. They've got a lot of places they're going, and they're not here just to participate. They're here to compete.
Very much so. And yeah, we thoroughly impressive so far have they been, as has many of the Namibians, as is evident by that scoreline, 17 goals to nil. The third Chukka getting underway. Karate trying with that long pass once again not working. As Fanamava doesn't work for him either, as he was unable to find Liam Hermanos. Karate long again, uses the board, but unable to hold on. Botswana, as Jacobs, the captain, takes over. Centers it through to Fanamava. Fanamava gets it, and that was a simple tap in goal as Hermanos does it again.
Yeah, you'll notice that every time the Namibians score, they point immediately back to the person who passed them the ball first. It's, again, just so telling of the team culture that is so prevalent at the country. Yeah, getting himself a little bit caught out there and trying to create power on the back stick. Very difficult technique. Very hard to create anything out of that. Was Lesaka, and here he is again on the ball. Can't drop through a player. Here's a chance for Namibia, but a good save.
Oh, almost an error there from Busang. Trying to keep the ball in play and then handing it straight back to Namibia. Here and he is well outside his goals, but thankfully for him, the attempt on goal just right. But Namibia attack once again wasn't going to be the last time that Busang would be called into action.
Good advantage played there by the umpires to allow the shot to happen. There was a penalty corner in the offering. I see the Namibia have switched captain DJ Strauss off the field, and it is Richter van Rooyen who's now in goals. And Botswana, sorry, that was quite comical. Botswana will be hopefully trying to test Richter van Rooyen at some point in this Chukka.
Yeah, and I spoke about the fact that Jacobs is wearing the captain's armband with DJ having gone off. So Jacobs certainly looking the part as skipper. There he is, passing back.
Conrad Ben's foot getting in the way there. Here's Dakota Hansen. Of course, he did spend some time in Germany playing some club hockey before the COVID pandemic. And looking to show all that German flair that he learns. You know, that precision, technique.
Fanamava, yes, and Botswana just getting sick there from Lasaka. Fanamava thought that just manna from heaven opened his eyes, and there was the goal in front of him. And only Busang in his way.
Yeah.
Lasaka coming in at the death.
Lesaka making a few errors right now. If I was the coach, I'd probably look to just get him off, have a quick chat to him, and then get him back on. He's giving the ball away in some dangerous positions. That's up by Cody. So good opportunity here for Botswana to just release that pressure valve a little bit. Karate trying to go straight through. Liam Hermanos finds his foot. And again, just time to take a deep breath. Here's a chance. Tefo Matabola.
Oh, and able to make the most of that was Karate.
They need to be able to combine a little bit there in the middle. Morosi, Matabola.
Lebo trying his best. Fanamava gets past. Oh, jeez. And Busang came out flying. Is that the good option? Of course, it didn't result in a goal, but yeah, not scared to put his body on the line.
Yeah, obviously, you know, a good keeper is fast off their line, good on their line, good with shot saves, because of, you know, you want to conceal the space, but you know, as many keepers will know, nonchalant by Hermanus there as he just scoops it over with Sang. Yeah, the problem is you come forward like that, you need to make sure you either throw the player off or you get to the ball, because otherwise you've left an open goal tapping.
And after all that work, to concede a goal like that, I mean, it must be heartbreaking. You can see how upset he was. So Botswana fight on to try and score their first goal in international hockey. Here's the chance now. And he can't quite hold on, and that was our man, Matabolo.
Yeah, I mean, it was the right touch going around the keeper like that. It's just a little bit heavy. If he had managed to control that, it would have been a touch, turn, finish, and we would have probably seen a Ronaldo-type celebration. I mean, I don't know, but I just think that would have been pretty cool.
I think we would have, especially given the fact that they are playing their first game. Oh, Matabolo trying again. There he goes. Manages to get past one. He tries
Yeah, well done.
harder, but Botswana do keep control of the ball. Matabolo there, but it was not to be.
Lifted there by Hutton. So here is a chance. Botswana, just a little bit of concerted pressure. 2-3 circle entries in a row. Can they make one of it count? Here's Mogwasi.
Tell you, were they to get this goal or a goal, it'll lift the roof from the Botswana camp.
You get someone in. There is Matabola. Oh, he just can't control it. Tell you what, he is finding the pockets of space that you need to find. It just now needs to utilize that. One of those opportunities. Just control it and put it in the top right corner. It's that easy. But the thing to be optimistic about for all Botswana fans is Matabola is finding space, and they are slowly starting to find him as they adjust. But that is nothing you can do about that. Fagan Hansen, like a snooker player, white ball, corner pocket, and does it absolutely perfectly. That is probably goal number 6 or 7 now for Fagan Hansen today.
Yeah, number 7. 3 in the first, 3 in the second, and a paltry 1 in the third. Chukka, he'll want to up his game, certainly, given what he did in the first 2. From Cleet. Back to Hatton. Cleet can't quite hold on in the center. Botswana try and get back position. They can't. Hatton. Cleet waiting in the middle.
Kirata there disrupting the Namibian attack, but under pressure looked for the early ball and failed to find opposition. And of course the speed of indoor hockey means that the game is coming straight back at you, in the next second. So there's no time to feel sorry for yourself. You need to get back there, defend, try and win the ball back.
Cleek gets past 2. Brilliant play from Cleek. He can't get past the third. Van Maver tries to clean up. He can't. And here we have a man once again. Matabolo trying to get past. And he stopped just at the death. Using the boards. Well, do Namibia.
Something exciting about watching Matabolo play.
You can see the urgency in it. As soon as he gets it, he's certainly the shining light of the Botswana side. The hunger in his eyes. A very, very talented individual, Matabolo. Nice quick play from Namibia, as has been the case throughout the morning. Nyetling waiting on the wings. He gets it at the back. Ties to center. Kind of works eventually. Error from the Botswana defense. Matabolo.
But he is isolated there. Nobody coming with him. Trying to do it himself. And just running out of space. And he has gone down. I hope this is nothing serious.
Ooh.
The medic has been called on.
He doesn't look happy whatsoever. Jeez, this would be a major blow for Botswana. They're shining light.
It's great to see the Namibian physio on straight away to assist. Here comes our paramedics. He is getting up to his feet. It looks like it's something in his knee.
Ooh. Jeez, that doesn't look good at all.
If it is the knee, that might be that for him for today. Let's hope it's just one of those knocks. I didn't actually see what happened. I just saw him go down. And Namibia, of course, have a job to do, and they carry on. And Fagan Hansen in the middle. Just tapping into an empty net there.
And just a tap of a high five between the players. A job having long been done. The result was a foregone conclusion, probably in the first shackle already. With that being said, they'll continue to celebrate, they'll continue to power on. They certainly won't take their foot off the gas. For the Namibians, as Hatton gets it out to Nietling.
Oh.
And it's another goal for Namibia.
It's that man, Fagan Hansen, but this time he had a bit of work to do, get the stick in for the deflection. Botswana starting to get frustrated with one another. That's not going to help.
It's funny, I spoke about the fact that Fagan Hansen would want to up his game in the third Chukka, given the fact that he had only scored 1 goal. Well, he then went and scored 2 more. So hat-tricks in each Chukka so far for Fagan Hansen. 9 goals already. An astounding display as Namibia take their total up to 22 with just over 30 seconds to go before the end of the third Chukka. Can they manage 1 more goal within that time? You wouldn't bet against it. Nietling goes back in front. He gets it out to Hatton. Botswana now with a chance. But you've got to say, with their star man, Matabolo, sitting on the sidelines and nursing what appears to be a fairly serious knee injury. Yeah, there goes their opportunity of scoring their one and only goal. It has to be said. No one else having looked remotely threatening on attack. And the man tossed on, as I said, it was Ronan Andrews with the opportunity there. But yeah, that brings an end to the third Chukka, 22-0 in favor of Namibia. Ty.
22, of course. Fagan Hansen is the star of the show so far with 9, but really, this is a fantastic team effort. He's on the end of it, but most of these goals are made together, made in Windhoek, created and perfected in Swakopmund, and delivered with class in Durban.
It's a good combination, that.
Yeah, Derek Winch, you made in Swakopmund?
I was probably made in Swakopmund. I was born in Windhoek, though.
But perfected in PE.
Yeah, in the Eastern Cape.
I mean, my own adventure is a lot simpler. Born, made, bred, perfected in the same town.
Straight out of Benoni.
Once again, shout out to Spa, Farco, and all the sponsors backing the individual teams. The Indoor Africa Cup for 2021. We are here at Thomas More College, and so far, so very, very good. Derek, we have witnessed 48 goals in the 2 games so far. Who will score number 50?
Oh, we're about to see, I was going to say 49 was about to be delivered. And surprise, surprise, it could have been Fagan Hansen. But I would reckon Fagan Hansen.
I mean, it would be a pretty good guess. That shot just deflected wide. But here is Fagan's brother, Dakota. Dax, as he's known. Here's Cody. Back to Dax. JP Brett. I mean, just the pace that they move the ball around, very, very difficult to defend against that.
Yeah, I'm absolutely blown away. This is the first time I'm seeing Namibia in action live. And yeah, it's a pace that is pretty astounding, it has to be said. Very strong side, very complete side. And Botswana were always up against it, against a very, very tough opponent like Namibia. It's Botswana with a rare opportunity, unfortunately, for Ronan Andrews, unable to get past the defense. Namibia, though, having no such problems as they continue to attack. Passed out from Brits.
Interesting, Ronan Andrews looks like he's got a little bit to him. A little bit of pace there, and would have probably been quite nice to see him and Matabola on the field together.
Yeah, it is a pity that they didn't work together. Jacobs gets past his man, gets past 3 men. And can't hold on. Fanamaba, though, reclaims the ball. Good defense, though, from Botswana.
Bogwasi with a great tackle, but then losing it straight away. And then putting that straight... Ooh. Probably should have been a penalty corner there. That looked like an intentional play out the back. But it is a long corner for Namibia. Long corner for Namibia. It is Dakota Hansen on the ball. Looking for Cody, and again, just the pace, just not allowing anybody to form any sort of press on them. Here's Jacobs.
Finds Dakota. Straight back. Excellent interplay from the Namibians, but Jacobs can't hold on. Jacobs.
It's 3 minutes down in this Chukka, and not a goal scored yet by Namibia. And what Botswana are now doing well.
Oh, disaster. Jeez, they managed to get it out of jail somehow. Terrific play from Busang, but that was passed straight into the hands of Namibia. And there we go, another open goal. Fagan Hansen missing that one. Namibia will go and clean up at the back, but Fagan Hansen missing a chance with pretty much an open goal. On to Jacobs. Spots.
I was saying before I was the voice of death there, was they were just slowing play down a little bit, but this is the other Hansen brother, Dakota, who is there to tap into the empty net. 23-0, the 49th goal of the Indo-African Cup day so far.
Back to Fagan, and I called it.
Yeah, you did. That is goal number 50 for the day. 24-0, following the 26-0 win by Spa South Africa against Botswana. And again, yeah, why are Botswana rushing? Just slow it down. You've got all the momentum going against you. Slow it down a bit. And go from there. Some nice touches there. But Namibia gets straight back at it. So welcome to international hockey, Botswana. It's international indoor hockey. It's not the easiest sport in the world, but we love having you here. And Cody Fanimava gives them a welcoming present as he nets the 25th goal for Namibia.
Andrews restarts proceedings. Bogwasi finds Andrews once again. Andrews can't hold on. Yeah, it certainly is an opportunity missed, you'd have to say. The fact that Andrews and Motabolo were unable to play together. Jacobs.
See on the side of the field, Motabola is still undergoing some treatment there. That does not look good on his knee. I really do hope it is just an impact injury and he's able to shake it off for their game against South Africa this afternoon, or at least to be back in action tomorrow.
Five minutes to go before the end of the game. Namibia in complete control, 24 goals to 0. Botswana making their first appearance in international hockey here at the Indo-Africa Cup. It was always going to be a tough task, made even more so by the fact that they are going up against an opponent that possesses speed, power, and perseverance. As Hatton rolls around the defense. Play to Nyetling. Nyetling looks on the inside, gets it out to Hatton. Brits now. Click. Oh, terrific play, just could not finish that off. And that was a perfect example of how Namibia played all morning. They've continued to control possession, and Cleek making an opportunity there, and caught unawares was the Botswana defense. And an error from Bogwasi, not keeping his eye on proceedings. Cleek pounced, grabbed the ball, intercepted, and put it away for Namibia's 25th goal. 3 minutes to go. Can Botswana... Oh, going to say, could Botswana go on to score their first goal in international indoor hockey? And Andrews thought that he was away, but it was not to be. Sent it through. Cleek looks again, and he flicks it through, and no mistake. Bryn Cleek gets another. Really good performance so far from Bryn Cleek. 3 minutes to go in this clash.
Taking it up to 27 with that one. entering the final phase of this game now.
Kleek gets it to Nietling.
Two minutes to go in Botswana's first ever international indoor hockey game. There's a man who has been all action in the middle of the park, Bogwasi, who tried to take them on there. Here is Sikate.
And you get unlucky, shouted from the stands. Hermanus trying to get it on there. Long pass, Botswana making a reappearance inside the D of Namibia. But it all comes to naught, unfortunately, with a minute and a half to go.
And unfortunately, they will be getting their first ever yellow card for that, because it is dangerous play straight into the player. Tabile Molefe, the man with the yellow card.
Brits. It's centered, but it just rolls away for no goal as we get into double figures on the clock. Hermanus sent it through. Bosang trying to get the ball away. Shame he's at a Torretine of things. Bogwasi. But Botswana managed to get away with it, but they don't, because Nietling gets it back. Hermanus, and an almost credible tap from Bosang, unable to stop it at the end. Hermanus, though, given a yellow card. So Hermanus sent packing.
So this game will end with 4 outfield players against 4. I did not see what Hermanus did, but he nodded his head as if he knew what he had done. So there was none of that disagreement that you get from players, unless they were just told, don't disagree. And yes, Brits, Hudson on the ball. He passes to Brits. Looking for Nietling, but catching only his foot. As we have 10 seconds left, can Botswana throw one final attack? Probably not. They've been a bit slow to get the ball here. And that is where it will end.
Kleek trying to make sure that Namibia could maybe sneak in a 29th goal. Not to be, though. 28 will do. Congrats all round, 28-0 in favour of Namibia in what was Botswana's first ever match in international indoor hockey. Congratulations to South Africa's neighbours, or one of the South Africa's neighbours, Namibia. Unfortunately for the other neighbours, Botswana, unable to do it. Confirmation of that score, 28-0 in favour of Namibia.
Well, Derek, and let's just quickly talk about who is our player of the match. I think for me, although it was very much a team effort for Namibia, I would probably go with Fagan Hansen just for that goal scoring ability.
Yeah, he scored 3 in the first, 3 in the second, 3 in the third, and 1 in the fourth for a grand total of 10 goals. You don't score that every day. Liam Hermanus chipping in with 7 of his own. I tell you what, one of the stars for me, I mean, there were plenty of stars all round, but Peter Jacobs had a tremendous game. Only scored 1 goal, but controlled proceedings from the centre and also took over the armband midway through the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Jacobs taking over. Let's go through the goal scorers. We had JP Brits on the score sheet. We had Owen Hudson on the score sheet. Liam Hermanus getting not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 goals, representing Mpumalanga here for the Namibians. Bryn Kleek himself getting 6 goals onto the score sheet. Fagan Hansen, as we've already said, banging away 10 goals. And Cody van der Merwe getting there. And, of course, Jacobs, the man himself, getting a goal and making it a comfortable 28-0 scoreline. So a really professional, efficient performance from the Namibians. They're getting the job done. We're going to cut across to the post-match interviews in a little bit. But first, let's talk about what you can look forward to later on today. At 1 o'clock here, the women will be back. It'll be the Namibian women, the defending champions, taking on Botswana. That's at 1 o'clock. And then, of course, and these times are local times at 2:30. South Africa men, backed by Topset Spa, will be in action against Botswana. Will Tefo Matabola be okay? We will find out. So that is 1 o'clock and 2:30, the next round of games. And then tonight at 6 o'clock and 7:30, South Africa versus Namibia, women, and then men. So, over to Derek with the post-match questions.
Kato, a tough introduction to international indoor hockey, but you came up against a tough side.
Yes, indeed, it really was, and I'm sure the score showed it.
The score showed it, but what it didn't show was how many saves you made, because it could have been far worse, but a credible effort in goal.
Yes, thank you very much. I feel like, I don't know if I should say I believe it was the nerves or the fact that they were just a somewhat more experienced team.
And tell us about the team. Of course, they are very, very experienced. They played like it. But, I mean, you're making your international bow in international hockey, so you certainly can't take away from that. What does it feel like? Do you still have butterflies from the fact that you've just represented your country in international hockey?
I can't say there's butterflies anymore because it's just more exhilaration. I mean, the first time you're excited but worried, and then the moment you get inside, you know what to expect afterwards. So I feel like now it's more of, okay, I'm prepared because I saw where I came short and I speak for the team at large. So yes, no more butterflies but more exhilaration.
Okay, well, hard luck on the result, but congratulations on a stellar performance. You made some incredible saves, and best of luck for the rest of the tournament.
Yes, thank you very much.
Moving on now to the Namibian captain. David, unfortunately, didn't have too much to do this morning, it has to be said, but you were up against a side that were making their debut in the international competition.
All respect to Botswana. We as Namibia, couple of years ago, quite a few years ago, we know how they feel. We were in their shoes once, but they need time. We always glad for another African nation to join this tournament, and all the respect to them and well done on the game.
And a very good performance from your guys. 10 goals going the way of one player in particular, superb performance.
Yes, I mean these young boys, they're hungry, and it's unbelievable what they can achieve at the age that they are at the moment, and we're very glad to have them in the side. We moved away from the older guys now, and I think we definitely took it up a gear with this new bunch.
Looking ahead to that match against South Africa, certainly an eagerly awaited clash. It's going to be a tough one, but a mouth-watering one nonetheless.
Yes, definitely. We're always keen to play the SA boys, and of course we're looking to qualify for the World Cup. And as I said, we were in Botswana shoes quite a few years ago, when we started playing against SA, and the more we played them, the better we became. And I think it's going to be a tough match, but always enjoyable, always exciting.
You got to put your feet up for a while. You went off handing the armband over to Peter. How do you think he did?
No, of course, he did brilliantly. Myself and Ernie, we've been playing together for quite a long time, and we work together. That's the whole point. We don't see seniors or captain or not in the side. We all work together, and me and Ernie, we have a very special relationship in that regard.
Great result. Best of luck for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you very much. Thanks, guys.
Thanks to everybody who's tuned in so far. We saw the Spa South African women victorious this morning, 26-0. Botswana on the receiving end in the men's game as well with 28-0 defeat. We will see you back at 1 o'clock over on the Raider Media stream. Watch Hockey, the app. Wherever you are, be there. Don't miss out.